Is supersizing your business a rags to riches story? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Our money idiom for today is rags to riches. Now, this means, of course, to go from being poor to being wealthy, especially if you've put forth some effort. Horatio Alger wrote over 130 books, best-selling books of the time between 1834 and 1899, based on this theme. Charles Dickens is not only an example of a rags to riches person. He started out as nothing and ended up being a rich author, and at least 3 of his works were about rags to riches stories. Think of the American immigrant story. They're littered with rags to riches stories. Fairy tales, Cinderella, Ratatouille, Aladdin, rags to riches stories. We love rags to riches stories. It's in our DNA to want to see people struggle and then survive and take the struggle that they've lived through and make it an advantage to achieve the things that they want to achieve in their lives. All of us, any of us who have started our own business, have had some struggles that we've had to overcome. Might not be true rags to riches, unless, of course, you're on the internet, and then everybody's got a rags to riches story, right? Everybody was depressed and suicidal. Not everybody, but you understand. Most people find a way to find a time in their life when they were so distressed that they were suicidal and they wanted to end their life, but they overcame. Something happened and they overcame, and now they're rich and they're a coach and they can teach you how to make your life successful. The internet is just inundated with such stories. Some are true. Some are very, very true. Some people are awesome and have overcome amazing things. You know, other people, not so much. They're just telling a story, or they're taking their past experience and they're putting a spin on it that is a story that sounds like it's rags to riches. Why? Because rags to riches stories are so appealing to us as human beings. Again, it's built into us to want to see the underdog succeed, to want to see people struggle and then succeed. Why? Because all of us go through struggles and challenges. So this is one of those expressions that's been around a long time. It's very, very popular, very common. We see examples of it every day in our lives and in other people's lives. Any employee that started out, you know, we're all born, we have experiences, and then we die. That is really a rags to riches story for almost all of us, unless you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, unless you're born into a wealthy family. That doesn't happen. You know, my father was a rags to riches story. He was born in much poverty and created an incredible life for himself and for my sisters and myself and my mom and us kids. And for a lot of other people, he had a positive impact on literally tens of thousands of people through his efforts. Again, he came from an immigrant family. So many rags to riches stories do. So, you know, I think J.K. Rowling is one of my favorite. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Leonardo DiCaprio, Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs. I mean, we could go on and on and on. Elon Musk. There's so many people that were born just like the rest of us. Just, you know, we were just born, and then we decide what we're going to make of our life. So I'm curious, is your business, the one that you're growing and supersizing, does that have a rags to riches component? Did you start out with very little or nothing? Or, you know, did you just start out with an idea? What is your rags to riches story? Curious to hear those today. Share in the comments below. Maybe someday I'll share mine. I'm not sure I'm a true rags to riches. I always, of course, I've had hardships and challenges along the way. But my dad, since he worked so hard, he set my sisters and I up in a better position than he was in terms of being able to go and get a college education, being able to try different things, being able to try different businesses, being able to believe in ourselves and do different things throughout our lives and careers than if we had, you know, started out in the same situation he had, as poor as he did. But for each and every one of us, we have our own story. And our story, whether it's rags to riches, is just that. It's our story. It's our unique reason for being and doing the things that we do and creating the businesses that we're here to create. So share yours in the comments below. Love to see and hear them. Again, anybody I've met that's grown a business of any size or any consequence has had struggles. So in each and every one of our lives, we can find rags and riches components and stories because we've overcome challenges, we've overcome obstacles, we've overcome struggles. And that, to me, is the rags to riches part of it. And that's what causes us to create and have the businesses that we want to supersize, is that we have overcome, and it means that we want to help other people so that they can overcome and create the lives that they want as well. We want to be an example for them. All right, have an awesome day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another money idiom for the month of November. Any questions, any money idioms you'd like to know the origin of? Hopefully we can find the origin of them better than the time-related idioms. Time-related idioms, maybe since time has been around since the beginning of time, it means it's harder to pinpoint when they actually started or became popular. Remember, the internet's only been around for a couple of decades, and so the ability to track things and keep track of information is changing massively now, but it wasn't always that way. All right, have a great day. I'll be with you tomorrow.